and forgotten might, a love that burned a tragic flight across the stars, a final fight. The lonely king with sorrow's weight, his destiny sealed by cruel fate. A promised land, a shattered gate. He waits alone, though it's too late to break the chains and change his state. Oh, eternal wondrous dream, a ghost in time, a lonely stream, a broken chord in a forgotten theme, where passion's fire is just a gleam, a final tear in a fading gleam. He built a castle in the air, but shadows rose from everywhere. A whispered lie, a bitter prayer, a love once bright beyond compare, now just an echo in the despair. The final chapter starts to fade, a tragic song the wind has played, a solemn vow, a promise made, the memory a sharpened blade, a lonely heart, a price repaid. Oh, eternal wondrous dream, a ghost in time, a lonely stream, a broken chord in a forgotten theme, where passion's fire is just a gleam, a final tear in a fading gleam. The ancient keys, a sacred trust, now turn to rust, and so they must. The keeper's reign, a silent dust, a final battle just for us, a fading flame, a burning lust. The prophecy, a fading light, the chosen one prepares to fight against
Heaven gates begin to close. A bitter wind, a final throw. A sacrifice the future knows. The dying ember softly glows. A final end to all his foes. The prophecy is fulfilled now. He kept the truth, fulfilled his vow. A legacy, he knows just how. The final page he turns right now. A final breath, a silent bow. He stands alone upon the peak. A silent prayer, the words he can't speak. The iron resolve, a soul unique. A final cry, the mountain will creak. The keeper's last stand for the meek. The chains are gone, the cage is broke. A silent vow, the words I spoke. The rising sun, a solemn token. A final dream, a heart unchoked by chains of doubt. The spirit's war. The sun descends, a golden fire. My journey's end, my soul's desire, to fly beyond the highest spire, to break the chains of what's transpired, to rise above, to fly still higher. Oh, the eagle rides so high and free above the world for all to see. A soaring soul for eternity, unbound from all that used to be. A soaring dream for you and me. The gates are locked, the sun is high. A silent roar, a final cry. The world outside is passing by. I'm trapped inside beneath the sky. A hollow laugh, a solemn sigh. My spirit longs for distant shores, behind these endless metal doors. A burning heart forever roars against the chains and iron floors. A mind that breaks and soars and soars. I want out from these walls of steel, this false existence. What I feel, I want to live a life that's real. A final cry, a last appeal. My soul is trapped, I cannot kneel. The silent gods, they watch me stand, with empty hearts, a cold command. They don't know me, they can't understand the burning will in this cursed land. The final battle close at hand. I'll break the chains, I'll tear the seams, and live a life of waking dreams. I'll find my truth in flowing streams. I'll break the bond, the wicked schemes, and live a life of sunlit gleams. hero's journey. In the past, a silent promise built to last. The future world is coming fast. The die is cast, the first stone cast. A future world, a fate we've cast. The path is dark, the road is long. A whispered tune, a broken song. A shadow waits where we belong. A future lost, a bitter wrong. A single tear, we sing along. The shadow of a hero's form against the rising of the storm. A broken promise no longer warm. A new beginning to conform. A new day's end, a final reform. The rising sun, a blood-red hue. The old world dies, a life anew. A silent lie, a solemn cue. A hero's past, a broken view. The future world is waiting through. The ancient truths are turned to dust. A world betrayed by silent rust. A final march, a burning lust. A future sealed in what we trust. A final stand for all of us. The shadow of a hero's form against the rising of the storm. A broken promise no longer warm. A new beginning to conform. A new day's end, a final reform. twisted plot, a life reborn, a heart forgot, a promise made, a final shot, misled. A final truth, a path to tread. A burning promise in his head. upon his throne. A final breath, a quiet moan. The promises of what was shown, a life of steel, he lives alone. A king whose heart has turned to stone. He is the silent king, a ghost in time. He holds the crown of final crime. He sees the end beyond the prime. A lonely journey, a silent climb. A king who waits for a final time. The end is near, the bells will toll. He sees the future in a scroll. He gave his heart, he gave his soul to hold the world, to be whole. A silent king who lost control. The final chapter starts to fade. The last great king, a price repaid. A silent promise, a solemn raid. A world of lies he has unmade. A silent king whose time is played. He is the silent king, a ghost in time. He holds the crown of final crime. He sees the end beyond the prime. A lonely journey, a silent climb. A king who waits for a final time. He is the silent king, a ghost in time. He holds the crown of final crime. He sees the end beyond the prime. A lonely journey, a silent climb. A king who waits for a final time. The Keeper's story, a silent tale of promises made that will not fail. A love that burns beyond the pale. A bitter truth, a final wail. A lonely heart, a burning sail. He knows the end. He knows it must. He is the king of a fading dust. A final battle just for us. The sun goes down, the end is near. He faces fate without a fear. The final truth is shining clear. A lonely soul, a final tear. The keeper's burden is so severe. The burden of the keeper's heart to live a lie, to live apart. A lonely soul from the very start. A final sacrifice, a work of art, a love that tears the soul apart.
a life unchained eternally.